Notorious, so notorious.
It's Friday night, and the posse's back. Deep dives, local vibes, and headlines that matter, or totally don't. So crack a beer, crank it up. This is the NFNP.
Yeah, so Caroline got on me last week, I guess. We were
Nice.
listening to the episode.
Mm.
And she was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking at the start of the episode." And I was like, "Yeah, that's the point. That's what people do. It's like it's like there's a strategy to this. It's some kind of lead in. I don't know what they call it, but it's a thing where we just bullshit for the first like 2 or 3 minutes, and then you go into the main topic." So I tried to explain that to her.
She doesn't
I know what I'm doing.
understand
She doesn't listen to enough podcasts, I guess.
You got to ease them in.
That's right. Yeah,
Ease it in there. Nice
we were
and easy.
listening on the car. I thought everybody sounded good. I don't know why we don't have more listeners.
You're biased.
I am biased.
You just listening to yourself talk.
Nobody really likes hearing their own voice, though,
Mhm.
do they?
Not necessarily. You think you sound different than how you're perceived as yourself.
Well, and you do. So, like, in your own head, not only are you hearing the actual sound that comes out of your mouth and goes in through your ears, obviously, but also hearing bone conduction. So of course, that changes the way that, you interpret your own voice.
Mhm.
So have you guys seen those fancy headphones that are actually like
Yeah.
bone conducting headphones and
Yeah, it's
stuff
kind
like
of crazy.
that?
I don't know about it.
So
I'm
it
not-
is pretty crazy. I think my father-in-law uses them for when he's riding his bike, because he wants to be able to hear, because he rides it like in the city and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He was like, I got to be able to hear these cars. And
For the ones that
so-
don't go in your ears.
yeah, they
yeah.
conduct on your bone. He says you can hear perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So, and then I was like, that's all good in theory, but you're not hearing electric cars. So I was like, I don't care what you're doing, you can't hear those
Actually,
suckers.
Unless they're backing up.
Yeah,
If they're
that's what I was
backing
gonna
up,
say.
you can hear 'em.
well, certain ones, like the newer ones, I guess, because I don't think they had them at first, and people were supposedly getting like it. So they have
Well,
to put it on there
they-
now.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
that right?
they were saying
They make like
deaf
weird noises,
people.
and you're like, "What the crap is that?" And you're like,
Not
"Oh,
deaf people,
it's a
blind
electric
people."
car."
Yeah. I was like, deaf people doesn't matter, but blind people, they listen. That's how
Yeah.
they so when they're going to cross the street, they wait for a pause. Well, they weren't hearing any cars, so they'd start walking, and these Teslas would just run right into them. I don't
You think
know.
deaf people ever get tired of like having to listen to people's shit? That's all they get to hear. Just
Well,
everybody talking.
And I've heard some story about somebody who was like deaf, but then like somehow, with advanced science, they were actually able to hear. And I don't think they liked it. They were like, "No, I want to go back to be able not to hear."
Yeah.
Like,
I
wow.
liked it when
mean,
it was quiet.
That can't be true. But
Oh.
I actually was just reading this story the other day about the first time that they've cured like true deafness. They use some kind of stem cell injection right into the ear,
Mm,
and it like regrew whatever this person was missing.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, pretty crazy the stuff that science
Advancements
do.
in modern medicine.
Yeah,
Yep.
when you put money to the right places in the right people's hands, they can do cool things. Now, that's a little bit of a segue, a little bit of a tease.
You gonna
Rolling
talk
right
about Neuralink?
No, I was going to talk about the Starbucks conspiracy, and of course, it relates to money.
Which one? I don't know about it.
I don't know if I know this.
I know. So I'm gonna blow your mind if you've never heard this before. So we'll start things off. First, I didn't get to that eggnog mocha or whatever, or latte. I think on last week's show I said I would do some homework.
Yeah.
So maybe before next week's show, I'll try that eggnog latte.
I heard it was
But-
terrible. So why would
that's
you
what
want
you
to try it?
said. Well, because I like eggnog, but but I don't drink a lot of coffee. I don't really like coffee. And if I am going to have
So it
any
could ruin
kind,
it for you.
maybe it
Could
could
ruin
ruin
eggnog
eggnog.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll just
Or
stick
maybe
to
it would
my.
make you like coffee. Who knows?
It's possible. See, I don't really like eggnog that much. It's kind of eggy, which
Yeah,
is
I mean, I
kind of a
guess so.
weird thing to drink. I don't know.
I just bought a gallon for Christmas Eve.
We bought one too, actually.
I
But
love it.
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
It's got a ton of sugar in it, you know. That's,
Well, yeah,
that's
of
what makes it
course.
taste good.
That's the problem for my diet right now.
Oh,
You know,
mm.
I'm crushing this diet, but I was like, it's gonna for a week. I'm
Mhm.
gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Can
But
spike your blood sugar,
well,
give you
yeah,
diabetes.
I know. But eggnog with some rum or some Kahlua or chocolate Baileys.
Yeah, we got some
Usually
Baileys
that's,
upstairs.
you
I
know,
had some
yeah.
Honey
yesterday.
wild
Yeah.
turkey.
What's that?
Honey wild turkey.
With
Wild
what?
eggnog.
turkey. Yeah. I
The
like a
honey.
good spiced Dominican rum or a Jamaican rum. Or yeah, I think like a honey bourbon even. Something with a little flavor is really good. I also just went and picked up the rum chata peppermint bark.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, might try that around Christmas. But Bobcat Man, our fourth host that has yet to join an episode,
Make his debut.
I tried to get him to make his debut today. Did you see he sent the weather report for next week?
Oh, yeah.
I saw it already. I saw like 70-ish, 71.
Well, I looked it up, I swear, yesterday, and it said like 56 is the high or something, which I was like, that's warm, but it's going to be cool in the evenings, and
Right.
I can still have a fire or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it says like 76 or something like that now. I was like, so Catalina was like practically in tears
Wow.
because
Really?
because she wants it to be cold.
Well, it's not going to be a white
And I
one.
was like, no, definitely not even close to
Might
that.
be barbecuing in shorts.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I was like,
good.
I don't even know that we can have a fire.
It's a pool party.
So, ugh. What a
I joke
bummer.
about that
What a
all the
bummer.
time whenever it's warm. Like, this is crazy, though, because it's supposed to be like 50s-ish at least. Like, almost besides tomorrow, maybe, and a little bit warmer on Saturday. But after that, it's like 50s, 60s for like a week.
Yeah.
70.
Yeah. Yep. Crazy. Yeah, I think tomorrow's only supposed to be in like the 30s. So I was like,
I think
I'll
maybe
get a
40,
fire in
right around
tomorrow
there.
night or something.
Yeah.
Global
Watch-
warming.
Watch the new Fallout.
Global warming causes it
Oh,
to
yeah.
get hot and cold.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
What happened with Starbucks, though?
Oh, well, okay. All right. We're getting off topic. Okay. So here's the Starbucks conspiracy for me, and you can let me know if you're familiar with this at all. And what I was going to say is I don't think any of us really drink a lot of Starbucks. That was kind of my like
Bob.
on a very, very rare occasion.
Yeah.
If Caroline goes, I'll say pick me up an iced mocha. That's kind of
Frappuccino.
yeah, iced. Well, I like them cold first. I don't like it hot. Anyhow, but Caroline will go again, not often, but on occasion. But she gets a lot of Starbucks gift cards.
Mhm.
Being a teacher, parents give them to her, whatever the case may be. So I've witnessed some of this firsthand. When you have a little bit of money on your Starbucks gift card,
Mm.
maybe you've got $4, but the coffee you want to buy is $5. And so if you want to do it on the app, they make you re-up your gift card. So you
Oh,
can't really
smart.
you can't pay the
Mm.
difference.
Mhm,
They make
mhm,
you re-up the gift card in
They never let
different,
you cash out.
mhm.
They
basically
always
no.
keep you in there. Yeah. Keep you in
Yes.
the casino.
They keep your money tied up. So that's kind of the conspiracy, and it's almost not even really a conspiracy. Starbucks is not
The first one.
they're not a coffee distributor. They're not a barista. What do they call it? I don't know.
Yeah,
A
barista, sure.
cafe. Yeah,
Coffee shop?
that's not what they are. Do you
What
know
are
what they are?
No.
They're
The
a
gift
bank.
card company?
They are a bank, and they're not just any bank.
Like, is there
They're
an
an
ATM there? or-
Unregulated bank. No, because they're holding all of our money.
Well, not mine. I
And
don't
is
go
it-
there.
Well, right. But anybody that has, that uses Starbucks is pretty much using a gift card or their app in some way, shape, or form. And that's what they do. They upload this money either onto this reoccurring gift card or they upload it into the app. It's the only way that you can order by mobile through your phone or any kind of pickup, or if you want to use their rewards, you have to do one of those two things:
Right.
the gift card or the app.
Well,
So you're
isn't
giving them money,
yeah.
yeah,
Isn't
and
it
they're
kind of like
holding.
though other places, like let's say we were talking the other day about Kohl's Cash, right? So
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
they got you in a loop, right? It's not really a conspiracy theory. It's actually good, probably business. I mean,
Business.
really, like to a certain degree, if
Yeah,
you're on
man.
that end.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd consider them a bank. They're not doing anything with that money, right?
What do you think they're doing with that money? You think they're just keeping it in a bank account?
Just think they're keeping it in that account. Yeah. I don't know how that
Well,
works.
Let me tell you some stats. All right. So that's a fact. Starbucks has roughly between 1.7 and 1.9 billion dollars in prepaid gift cards or in their app. So, you give them your money, they take it. One, they're not giving you any interest on that money, are they? No. And is it protected in any way, shape, or form?
No,
No,
they
not
actually
really.
want you to lose it.
Well, so that's the whole thing. So there's breakage. Any gift cards,
Yeah,
you
fraud,
know. I mean,
whatever.
this is what your wife does, right? This is kind of her
Kind of.
gig to an extent, right?
Yeah.
But you know, you get gift cards for Christmas, holidays, teacher gifts, retire, whatever. You know, we have a whole folder of gift
Yeah.
cards, some of which are years old.
Yeah.
Places go out of business, whatever the case may be. But the breakage is at least on a minimum level 10%. 10% just people are giving away that money. They're
10%
never
of-
going to cash it in. They
10%
either
of
lose the gift
1.9
card
billion.
or exactly. And that's every year, Nilla.
Mm.
Every year they're just
Okay.
making free money and they're banking on that. So, the breakage,
You know what that tells me? Don't
What?
buy gift cards.
don't buy gift cards. Right. Right.
Ever. Just give cash.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's the thing, you know. I don't know.
It's so
I do some
impersonal
gift
to give
cards.
cash.
Well,
Let's
we
get
were
a gift
talking about this
card.
earlier, and it's like
But
yes and no. I mean, okay, so cash, at least a gift card, well, I mean, is some sort of thought like, okay, I know you like this place, but you're forcing them to go there. Cash, I don't care what you do with it. Guess what? I'm going to give you $50. You're going to give me $50. Let's just call the whole thing off, you know?
every
But-
now and then I'll get a gift card from like work or whatever, and they use some kind of app and they let you pick. So they'll be like, here's your $25 bonus, and they let you pick. But one of the choices is like a MasterCard. And so I take that every time. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can use this anywhere. Why would I get locked into like a Target gift card or a Starbucks gift card when I
Well,
can
because
do
you know you're going to
MasterCard
use it anyway,
and
so
spend
it's
it
kind of
anyway?
like what's the difference
Yeah.
almost. But yeah, and actually those prepaid cards, though, like you're saying, the debit or whatever the crap they're called, if you were to buy one of those, it actually costs an additional like
Yeah,
$3
right.
at least.
to
Yeah.
activate it.
Some of
Yeah.
them are even more. Some of them are like $10,
Yeah.
I think.
$5.95
Yeah,
or
it's insane,
whatever.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so last year, Starbucks, they had between 188 and 208 million dollars of just free money from breakage on gift cards.
That's why we cannot get rid of Starbucks.
That's a lot
We're
of
never going to
that'll-
go out of business with like this.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So a lot of people have said it for a long time that they're really operating like a bank. Customers preload that money, and Starbucks holds it. They hold it like a bank. You know, so some people are saying, should those funds, again, we're talking about almost $2 billion in funds, should that be regulated by the federal government in any way, shape, or form beyond
Nah,
just the
I don't think
very loose gift card rules? You know, there are some new gift card rules, I think, within the last several years, because it used to be, and you guys probably remember this, gift cards would expire after a while, or they'd
Yeah.
start deducting a percentage. Yeah. You know, so they did change that law, I think, which basically is like that gift card is good as long as you're in business.
Well, it
Uh,
kind of should be technically. I mean, yeah, now that you're kind of
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah, you
so
should have to
yeah.
honor that for sure.
the 200, what was it, million? Was that like an interest that they made on the 1.9 billion?
No,
It wasn't interest they made
Um,
on it. Okay.
that's not what they're saying,
Okay.
but that's part of my. I got a couple of questions because obviously this is a lot of money. They got $200 million every year. That's every year that they're just getting for free because, like I said, people either lose their gift card or they don't sign into their app again, or they create a new account, or they
That is
die
an
with a
insane amount.
balance. Like, I don't
That
know.
is
It's a lot.
insane.
It's a lot of money. But even still, just that $2 billion, that's sitting in this giant pot. Yeah, they probably have to hold on to a percentage of it, but probably not 100%, not even
No.
90%. They probably maybe
No.
like 70%. They have to have that money. But the rest of it, where can they start investing it? Where are they donating that money?
Well, they
How,
gotta watch out, because if there's a coffee run and everybody starts to go and use their gift cards at the same time, they have to come up with that cash.
right. So if there's a Starbucks Black Friday 1929 scenario where
Right.
everybody's like cashing in their gift cards at the same time,
They might have
and
to
they're like,
shutter
"We
their
don't have
doors.
enough coffee." No.
Beans
yeah,
are just all over the place. Wheelbarrows of them, they're just worthless. Out in the streets. I mean, people just
Yeah.
throwing their coffee down the sink.
I tell you. So, but ultimately that's free capital. So picture this. I mean, it's all that money. What if our listeners gave us $1 billion contract, right? They gave us $1
Let's
billion
start selling
contract.
some gift cards.
And not even just
Sold.
for a gift card, for this product, for the product we're giving them.
Where do I sign?
And they were like, it wouldn't be very good. Let me tell you that. And we're like, we paid for that?
Ugh.
I don't know.
Well, so
We'd like a
basically, you're
refund,
saying
please.
this is with anybody then who has gift cards, technically.
Well, so a lot of companies have gift cards, and certainly there's breakage on gift cards, whether it's Best
Starbucks
Buy,
is pretty popular though.
Walmart,
Yeah.
but it's the fact that they practically force you into it.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you're a couple bucks short, you have to re-up that gift card. You can't just re-up for $1 or $2 to cover your coffee. You have to re-up for $25. So now you have $23 left in that card. You got to go back. You got to use it.
Don't quote me, but I think Chick-fil-A might be somewhat similar.
No,
I don't think
they-
that it's exactly.
Nope. They are pretty much exactly
Oh,
the same. And
okay.
I only did it like one time. We picked up Chick-fil-A for the whole family, so I ordered on the app. It was a big order. I had a gift card,
Yeah. Probably.
but it just wasn't enough. It was like I was short by like $5 or $10, and I had to add money because I was ordering on the app.
Yeah, it won't just
You
split
know,
the
so-
payments, yeah, like use that and
Well,
then just, right.
Right. No, they wouldn't. Yeah, that wasn't an
Yeah,
option.
right.
I had to buy the gift card. It was so
Yeah.
it's the same kind of.
But you
scam.
are
Are
going to
you
go to
serious?
Chick-fil-A again.
Well, they just opened one down the street, so I hope
That's true.
so.
Yeah.
But I don't even know. Like that was 6 months ago, 9 months ago. I don't even know if I can get into my. Like I don't remember. I created an account. I guess I still have the app on my phone, but I hope the money's still there.
Yeah.
What if I
Chick-fil-A?
don't remember my
Yeah.
password?
We
Well,
did
just
What if
like
the
one
one week.
hackers took it?
Hit the button,
What
forgot
if the
password.
hackers took it?
Well, actually,
That's
I got a story.
How do you not eat Chick-fil-A like every week?
I do, actually.
I
And you
only
know
do
what?
it if I'm at work.
I always want it on Sunday, too, I tell you.
Every time.
I am flying home. I'm usually flying home, and I'm at the airport. And I'm like, Chick-fil-A sounds good, and I walk by, closed, and I'm like, damn it! Now I got to go find somewhere else to eat.
At least you know
So,
what day of the week it is.
Well, they do. I don't always
Yeah, that's
know.
true.
But all right,
Um,
Nilla, what's your story? It was sidebar here.
Two things, but the first one was actually also, you've probably been to Menards. Everybody's been to Menards, but one time or
Mhm.
another. So they
Like a
have
Lowe's
also,
or
sure. Also, though, kind of like a Kohl's, right? So it's not cash, Kohl's cash, but it's a rebate, but you have to use it at Menards. So again, they got you in this endless cycle, which it seems good at the time. Oh, I just saved, $7 or whatever it is, or, which you
So how
also
do they
have-
give you that rebate? They give it to you in like a gift card?
No, you have to actually mail in something
Right.
legitimately right now, and then they give you like a piece of paper, basically like a rebate. I don't know. You just bring it in, you give it to them, and they, but it's an endless cycle.
I was always like impressed with how many people actually do that. It looked like way too much effort to go.
Jane will
through to
do
get-
it if it's worth it. She's like, that's all you're getting. It's not even really worth it. It's going to cost that in a stamp. It's like, yeah,
Well, that's the thing. If it's a $5 rebate, on a $20 item, you're like,
Right.
okay, that $15 item, but
And you don't get it for, like,
$5. Well,
4
that's the thing. It
weeks.
takes 6 months. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I don't know that rebates are as popular as they were
They're
when
not.
we were growing up. I
No.
mean, I remember rebates on TVs. I mean, you could get $200 rebates.
Oh, you get rebates on
You
anything
know,
back in the
but-
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the instant rebate.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
exactly.
Well,
mark it down, mark it down.
Mhm.
and what is that? That's just a coupon. That's just a special, right? Instant.
I mean, it
profit.
probably is like an actual rebate from the manufacturer.
Yeah,
but
probably. But it goes back to the
Yeah.
store. They give it to you right then.
Right.
I don't even know why
right.
they would tell you. Why don't they just give you a lower price?
Right. So the actual story
Confusing.
was that last Saturday, I guess it was, we were at lunch, I think maybe, and Jane's like, I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden I got like 100 spam emails like that, like just, and she's like,
Because they sold her email address.
well, maybe
That's
somebody
how
did.
they're
I'm not
making
sure
the
who,
money.
but
Menards.
oh no, it wasn't Menards. I don't think.
Okay.
But, it was after we just returned something to a store though, some shoes that she had bought online. It was
Probably
kind
got
of odd.
hacked.
Well,
You probably got
basically.
hacked.
So, anyways, she saw an email that said it was from Keurig. We have auto thing set up to reorder every 3 or 4 months. You know, certain coffees. You can go in and change it. You can change how often. You know, whatever this and that. And she sees that somebody had changed like some information on the Keurig account, if you will. So she's like, "What? I didn't change anything." Logs into it. Freaking, they changed her last name. And there was 4, I think 5 orders placed for stuff. Don't know what it was at the time, amounting about $900. All right, so that's a lot of coffee.
Did they charge you
It's a hell of a
guys?
lot of coffee.
Basically, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's linked to our credit card. So
Right.
it's
right.
credit card fraud, but through Keurig. I don't know how that works, you know.
I mean, you could dispute it with your credit card company. Obviously, I'm sure she called Keurig and was like,
First call
wait a
was to
minute.
Keurig, okay, and they're like, okay, you know, we'll start a case, you know, whatever. Which, oh wow, case, you know. All right, so then she saw a little bit later after that about the 4, I think it was 5 orders pending. Basically, she's like, because she didn't see that originally, right? So then she called them back again, and this time like, okay, well, you know, we'll escalate it, but guess what? It's still going to take 3 days, and this was on a weekend, so of course, you know, nothing's really going to happen. Okay, well, basically, I need to call the bank. So call the bank because it's their, you know, our main credit card through our bank. And well, this is what happened, and she didn't want to, but of course, pretty
They
much has to.
canceled the
Fraud.
card.
Cancel the card. Well, guess what? What's linked to that card as far as automatic rebill stuff?
Everything.
Who knows? 30 things. I mean, at least, seriously, it's craziness, right? So, oh God, here we go. Let's figure out what the logins are for, you know, all these things, you know, like your Chick-fil-A, and have to change them now after you get this new credit card, basically. And guess what? Keurig, after the fact, still sent this crap to whoever the crap scanned them, and they were like 5 different locations all over the United States, like one in like New York, one in like California, one in Virginia, and they still sent it. They're not getting paid for it. It's a loss.
A lot of the times they'll recognize that automatically, and they're like, wait a minute, this is not the normal
address?
habit of these
Right.
clients.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if it's a one-off, maybe you're traveling or something like
Right.
that.
Why are
But
they
then when you
sending
start
coffee
seeing
all over the
going-
country?
yeah, right.
Well,
Then
actually,
normally a red flag goes off.
pretty much figured out that it wasn't coffee specifically. It was actually Keurig machines, I think, through Keurig.
Yeah.
Which is worth more.
That's
of
where the
course.
money's at. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I don't know. It was just craziness and, you know, a pain in the ass.
So
Well-
I think I had the same experience, Greg, a few years ago, and it caused me to get a whole new email because that happened where I was going over to my sister's house for some party, and all of a sudden I started getting blown up with like 200, 300
Yeah.
emails.
Mhm.
And it was like overloading my Gmail account. And I was going in there, and most of them were just spam. But there was one legitimate one, and it was from Walmart, and they tried to buy like a vacuum cleaner, like a $600 Dyson vacuum cleaner. And I think what happened was they must have hacked the Walmart account, and it got my email, and then they put the email into like a spam software to just overload it. That way, this one Walmart confirmation, I would think it was just, you know, spam and ignore it, but I must have caught the
Right.
one that I get, you know,
Huh.
was the bad one.
Interesting.
But yeah, after that, I changed my email and upgraded all my, you know, passwords and everything. And I
Yeah.
can't recommend a password manager
Mm.
like more. That thing is the best.
Well, luckily,
gotta
the
have
woman
that.
on the phone through the bank said there was through the app. It'll show you like all of your reoccurring charges, whether or not it's necessarily something that's set up on auto pay, or if it's something like Chick-fil-A that she can see we go there every week, basically, you know. So they think that it could be like something like that, like an auto pay, you know, even though it's not, it's just reoccurring. But at least you could give you a list of everything that it's on there reoccurring, so then you could be like, okay, I need to change this, I need to change this, I need to change this, you know. But
But I
It's
bet
pretty.
that
Go ahead.
email that's on Keurig's website is obviously the email they got hacked too, right? They got all the spam.
right, yeah,
So with this
she did change the
password
password.
manager, Right. With this password manager that I have, you can create aliases. So anytime you set up a account for like a Keurig, it would create you an alias email. So it's
So
not
you
your
know
actual
which
email.
one gets leaked. Yeah.
You know which one gets leaked, and then you can shut it off too, and you don't get hammered with all that spam forever too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think she instantly
It's
went
kind of a
in.
process to do all
Well,
that,
it
but
all is, but yeah, she instantly went in, changed her name back, and then also changed that password, obviously, but still just, yeah, and yes.
Pretty crazy how banks, credit card companies these days can detect fraud. Like it used to be, you had to tell them when you were traveling.
Yeah.
Like
Anymore.
I'd be on the road and something randomly wouldn't go through, and it'd be a big pain in the butt. Now,
Well,
I
they
never
see you
have
all
an
the time,
issue.
who knows where.
But even still, like
Yeah.
even when I go places I don't normally go, that sometimes I'll go in to say like, oh, I'm traveling. They're like, we don't care.
Mhm.
You're fine, right? And
we
the other
track your
thing
cell phone. We know where you're at.
right. That is kind of the other thing that's kind of funny is sometimes I need to do personal stuff when I'm on the road, whether, like paying bills, sending somebody money through Venmo or whatever. So most of the time when I'm in these other countries, I cannot access Venmo or my bank. Like I can't even like pull it up.
Interesting.
So they'll block it. So I'll use my VPN. And I always say I'm in Albuquerque. But that doesn't work all the
For like
time,
Breaking Bad or what?
for Pluribus, right?
Is that where Pluribus is?
Well, no, it's just because there's no sports in Albuquerque. So if I'm always hooked into Albuquerque, then I'm
Oh.
never going to get blacked out. I can watch, whatever sports I want. But that's not even good enough because I'll be on the Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
and so they could still tell from the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi or whatever, like this guy's in the Dominican Republic.
He's lying to us. He's not in Albuquerque.
So now I also use a GPS modifier. And so you have to unlock the manufacturer settings on your phone, which is easy enough. And especially with AI
Voids
now,
the
you
warranty.
just ask it and it'll do it. Maybe, I don't know. But
Hook it up to a car battery.
but it'll actually change your GPS location.
That's kind of crazy.
Which I usually do that to match my VPN. So I'll have my VPN on, and then I'll change my GPS to Albuquerque.
Man,
Not only does it help with the sports, but now I can send money on Venmo. I can pay my bills through my bank. I can log into Netflix and Disney and all those things. So it's if you ever need to do that, it's fairly easy. So
I'll ask you if I need to.
It.
Yeah.
All right, I recommend
You
it.
feel like a hacker now?
Well, I used to be a hacker back in the day.
Oh, did you?
Well, in our sense of the words, like when was the last time that you paid for software?
Mm.
Like especially back in high school, college, I never paid for software. I hacked them. I cracked them.
I actually did pay for the email stuff that I got.
Now maybe. I mean, you're older and you can afford it.
It's actually pretty cheap anymore.
Yeah, right.
Like $100 a year.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. But like even when I built a
like
computer,
one meal.
when I built my computer back in college, I didn't pay for Microsoft Windows.
Yeah,
I didn't pay for Word or Excel or PowerPoint.
Don't you just get that with your computer?
I was gonna say I thought a lot of times you
Not
do
when
now.
you build it.
Well,
if you
maybe
build
not
your
then.
own, you don't.
I never built one.
Yeah,
The only
never
hackers
built
do
one?
that.
Yeah, right. So
You're a true hacker in every sense of the word.
That's exactly it. I
building your own
use torrents
computers.
and all that. All right. Okay. So back to Starbucks.
How many viruses you got on there?
Well, hopefully none because I hacked my virus software. So
Exactly.
Malware bites, right?
Yeah,
Malware
yeah.
bites. They were the best ones.
That's free ones.
Okay, here's the other thing going back to Starbucks. So of course they have all that money, and the question is what are they doing with it? Well, I tell you what they're not doing.
Whatever they want to do.
They're not paying their baristas. They're not paying their employees. So the average employee
They're working
makes
for free?
in the mid-teens. No, mid-teens, which I think we all think like that's a lot for minimum wage these days, making $15, $18 an hour.
Well, yeah.
Like that's pretty good. But any guesses on what their CEO made last year?
Oh, who knows?
At least
Yeah.
10 times that. I mean,
I'd say probably like 1 billion.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, 6,000 to 1 ratio is what I have here. I don't know if that's the real number. $1.6 million is his salary. Last
That's
year
not
he
that
got
much.
he got a $5 million bonus and then $90 million in stock options.
$90
There's where the
million.
money's at.
$90 million. And the stock options is what these rich people really want.
Yeah.
Because then they go take out loans on the value of their stocks and they don't have to pay any taxes. You know, he has to pay taxes on that 1.6 million
mhm.
and then the bonus, but he doesn't have to pay taxes on the 90 million he got in stocks.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's all you need is 90 million in stocks.
Yeah, so maybe he should
No more taxes.
maybe he should pay his baristas a little bit more. Or
Well,
give
I
us
don't
all you gotta do
discounts.
is
I was going to say, I
sell
don't think they
shitty
need
coffee.
more than $18. If they're making 18, which
All
is
right.
already kind of, hold on, is that even what they make though? Because is that, they don't really, I mean, if they get tips, it's not really included. It's not like a waitress, I
Right.
guess. So
Yeah, and I guess
Alright.
no tax on tips. It probably depends on, you know, are they full time, part time, yada
well,
yada yada.
yeah, I mean, I've heard
And
before
I don't know
the
how many
people
full
who-
timers there are, but
I've heard the people in that industry in general, like not barista, but like waitresses and whatever you want to call that, food service or whatever,
yeah,
that they only claim like 20% of what they actually make anyways, as far as taxes go.
I mean, would you
Not me.
like
No,
right?
I wouldn't.
If
no.
if you're getting cash anything, why would you claim any of it?
Right.
I would try to claim 0. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why they claim 20%. It'd be a little
Right.
suspicious
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
claim 0.
Yeah.
Didn't get any tips this year, but nothing. I'm
shitty
a
waitress.
really bad server.
Well, waitresses though and stuff only make like $7 something an hour or whatever it may be. I don't know exactly, you know, because they are expected to make X amount in tips basically. If they don't make
Right.
what the minimum
Yeah.
wage is, then I guess they make that or something. I don't know how that works.
But I think if
Luckily,
you're
I
a good
never had to do
waitress
that.
and you're working at a nice place, you can make a lot of money.
For a couple
way
hours.
more.
And I guess it might average
Yeah.
out to 20
Oh,
something $5 an hour.
if you're doing any type of like fine dining or
Oh,
even
yeah.
just upscale dining,
Yeah,
you know,
for
we
sure.
went to Twisted Tree for our birthday dinners last week. Now,
Yeah,
with
tell
my-
us
I
about
think
that steak.
oh my God, it was good. You know, it was a 30 ounce cowboy ribeye, 45 day dry aged, 45 day wet aged steak. So 90-day aged steak, 30
You ate
ounces.
the whole thing, right?
We split it. No.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we split it. Come on. But it was one of the best, like top 3 steaks I probably ever had in my life. It was fantastic. And we ordered a bottle of wine, and a pretty nice one, if I might add. But we had $300 in gift cards from Caroline's work and stuff, so it really helped. But the whole meal was like $400, right? So right. So
Just
I mean,
two
we
of
were
you?
just the two of us with with $100 bottle of wine, and the steak was $150.
Yeah.
$150
So
steak.
that's
It was only a top 3 steak, huh?
Well, I've had some pretty good steaks.
Right.
So I could tell you the other two probably. One was in the meatpacking district in New York City. And that was about a $400 meal. And at the time, it was the first time I ever went to New York City. That was probably the most money I'd ever spent on dinner.
Mm.
And then Hamilton Steakhouse here in St. Louis. It's down kind of by Lafayette Square in that area.
Mm.
They're like a whiskey bourbon place, and I did a similar thing. It was like a dry and wet aged, and we got it with a lobster tail that time, and it was phenomenal. So
Nothing
those are
over
probably
when
the
you
top,
were in
top 3 steaks.
Paris or anything like that, or over there? No.
Oh, you know, we ate different stuff. Like we
Yeah.
didn't. I don't know that we got like
Steaks that much.
French
steaks.
fries. Yeah, French fries.
Yeah, steak frites.
American fries, maybe.
I did do
What are
this
those
really
things, those
good
thin
one
pancakes?
in
What are those called?
Spain once, and it was phenomenal. But it wasn't like a steak. It was something different. I got a picture of it actually, somewhere floating around, and it was it was funny because I'll have to find it and I'll put it in the show notes maybe. But yeah, we know I'm not doing that.
I was like, really? Okay, I'll give you mine too.
You can. Professional podcasters probably do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But they put it on such a display, and they had all this stuff lined up, and I was like, oh, I didn't know it came with scalloped potatoes. You know, so I went in for the scalloped potatoes. It was fat, just pure fat that
Wow.
they made
But
look
that's
all
the
pretty.
best part. That's the best
Not
part.
when it's 100% fat.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Ooh, I don't
Like
know.
a little bit of fat with your steak that like melts
Fat's
in your
pretty
mouth. This
good.
was just pure fat.
Yeah.
So
I
That was
cooked some
kinda-
sirloin steaks on the grill, and they got that nice thick piece of fat right on them, and that's to me the best part, man. It just
Now,
like
what you're
melts in your
supposed to
mouth.
do, if you've got that thick piece of fat, you're supposed to sear that first. So you like hold it with your tongs, and like a minute or 2 minutes, you hold it up. So the only thing that's getting direct heat is the fat. And then you put the steak down, and it's supposed to tenderize that. And then the fat, like, I guess, melts into the rest of the steak.
Renders
Renders.
down
That's the right
into the
word.
meat.
Renders. Yep. You got to
It
render
allows
that
those
fat.
juices to soak
Yes.
in.
Yes. You're making me hungry
It's a
because
very succulent. Yeah,
I'm not eating. I'm
moist.
only doing like 12 to 1400 calories a day. So
Are we
all this
done with
food talk.
Starbucks?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
So
who
I had
knows?
a couple of other just real quick things here. And this is just more for funsies, I guess.
You know what I
Do you
like
guys-
is those little Starbucks espressos in the gas station. They're like
Yeah.
5 ounces. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen those?
I had, and I've gotten them
Espresso with
before.
cream.
When you need,
They're like $3.
yeah, and they're none of it's healthy for you. That's the other thing.
Well, those
you
aren't that
know?
bad. It's just coffee and
Okay.
milk, I think.
Okay.
There's
all right.
there's nothing else in them.
All right.
It's not one of like the triple shots or any of those.
Okay.
Those have a
All
bunch
right.
of stuff
Yeah.
in it.
I've
These
had
are
those
just the
before.
espressos with cream, and they're pretty good.
Right,
Then they're
right.
small. They're good for traveling because then you don't have to piss because you're not
Well,
drinking
so-
much coffee.
When you're buying those, when you're buying anything Starbucks, what's the logo that you see? Can you picture the Starbucks
Like a-
logo?
It's like some girl,
Woman, or yeah, I don't know what she's
Yeah.
doing though.
Close.
like a sunshine, Starbucks sunshine.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people think it's a mermaid.
Mermaid, yeah, that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
because
Yeah,
she
but
has
it's
these
not.
tails. No.
Hmm.
So it's actually a siren. A mermaid has one tail.
Oh, okay.
Did you
I
guys
was like, that's
know?
similar.
A
Not necessarily.
siren has two.
No,
yeah,
they don't.
but
They're
sirens
not even
aren't
real.
right?
Well, of course not. It's all
Neither
goes
are
back
mermaids, though.
to, you know,
No, the
right,
mermaids are
neither
real.
are mermaids. Right.
You just haven't seen one.
Maybe. Bigfoot.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So, Duds, do you know what a siren is?
Yeah, it's like a mermaid.
Yeah,
The
but
two tails.
what does a siren do?
Oh, they
Well, it
lure
turns into like
men
a-
from the sea, and
Yeah.
they like end up
That's
Turns into
killing
a
them or
creature and
something.
kills you. Yeah.
Yes, that's what they
Crashes
do.
your
They
boats up on the
torture and
rocks.
kill
Yeah.
them and all that
It's
stuff.
from a movie,
right.
I'm sure. I'm not sure which one.
So why
Moana.
is
It's
the
in
Starbucks
Moana, isn't it?
logo
Pirates
a
of the Caribbean.
siren that most people think is a mermaid? Why is it a siren?
Because they're evil.
Is it because they're evil?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
exactly it.
okay.
They're evil and they're luring people back in constantly with these gift cards and with their superior coffee
circle.
product, I guess. Right. Coming full circle. That's exactly it. And okay, so now
Stealing
that
all your
they've,
money with their
stealing
gift
all your money.
cards.
they've lured you back in, you go back time and time again. You've fallen.
You're hooked. You're an
you're-
addict.
yeah, you're
I
hooked
think that's
to
just
the
because of
siren
the coffee.
trap.
You're addicted to caffeine, I think.
Well, and to the fact
And the
that you got
sugar.
$25 and on your gift card, you got to spend it. You can't let it go to waste, or it gets put in the breakage account.
And
Okay,
you want to be cool. You want to be walking around with that little Starbucks cup. You know, and everybody think you're important. You spent $5 or $6 on your coffee.
I just reuse the same
Crazy.
cup over and over again. I just put a coffee in it from home.
there you go.
Just bring your reusable
Quick
one.
Trip.
Yeah.
Quick
Fill
Trip
this up
coffee.
for me.
I actually
You
don't.
can do that
No,
at
no.
Quick Trip, can't you?
We
You
just
can
drink
do
drip coffee, you know,
reusable.
drip coffee from the house.
Yep, nothing.
Fill up a
No,
little
no
thermos
coffee
and
for me.
drink it black.
All right. So to wrap up Starbucks, where do you think they're putting this money?
Bend over and I'll show you.
We'll buy some donations, I'm sure, because it's free money,
Of
right? So they
course.
can act like
That's
they're
where
giving
they're
back to the
donating
community,
it.
but really, it's not even theirs.
Well,
It's free money.
Well, they're really donating it to political lobbying.
Mm-hmm.
So I did find it interesting because I just assumed that they donated it to the Democrats.
I did too.
But they don't. They don't actually donate their money to any direct political party.
Communists.
But they
probably.
do, yeah, right. They do donate their money to support lobbying to change laws and things like that, right?
Which kind of laws? Which side?
I don't know, but any kind of policy nudge that they want, anything that benefits them on a tax front,
Yeah.
keep this gift card scam going, that kind of a thing, allows them to open up new stores,
No
Yeah.
banning of caffeine anywhere. Yeah.
right? Not having to pay their baristas, so all of these little political nudges.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they're doing with
Human
with all this
trafficking, whatever.
extra money, right? And then of course they are very liberal leaning, DEI, LGBTQ, global warming, all of that stuff. Donate a lot to colleges, which what do college kids do?
Buy coffee.
First off,
What do? They
they
I don't know
buy
what they do.
coffee.
Buy beer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they spend their parents' money on coffee, and they
I know
also
what I
tend
was
to be
doing in
very
college.
liberal.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't buying Starbucks coffee.
I had
Yeah.
money for SpaghettiOs. Like that was it. Like that is what I had money for
Any
when I was in
excess
college.
money was going to beer, and
Well, right.
I think it's a
you
little
could
bit
get
different now.
ramen noodles and mac
Yeah.
and cheese.
Ramen. That's exactly it. Ramen, mac and cheese, SpaghettiOs, and beer.
Yeah.
100%.
Hamburger
that's
helper. We
necessities.
paid some of that.
Yeah, that was my money.
A lot of Subway.
All right. Should we switch to local in the loo?
Spin the wheel.
I'm not to the wheel yet. I got local in the loo first.
Got to process, Greg. Got to process.
Yes,
Follow
we
the
got a
process.
process here.
Spin one on the loo.
Well, so there were a couple different stories.
Mm.
So I was like, we'll just do a rundown. We won't do any kind of like deep dive into any one of these particular stories, but just a quick rundown because there was a lot of stuff going on.
We'll be
Cardinal
the judge of that.
Dolan, you'll be the judge. All right, we'll start with Cardinal Dolan. He's the Archbishop of New York City. He resigned. He's from St. Louis.
Mm.
So if you didn't know, so he
didn't.
was
No
I think,
relation to the Dolans we know.
no relation to the Dolans we know, I don't think. But he was definitely the highest person in the Catholic Church from, I'm pretty sure, from the entire United States until this new Pope. Of course, the new Pope is American. I don't even remember his name.
John Paul.
But no, that was back when we were in high school. But the new Pope's from Chicago, and he nominated Bishop Ronald Hicks to take over Dolan's spot in the Archbishop of New York City, and he's also from Chicago.
Is he also
So
a pedophile, child molester? Or no?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
We all do.
I don't know. I hope those days are past. But I always rooted for Cardinal Dolan. Not like I ever knew him, and not that I'm even really involved in the church. But I was like, he is representing St. Louis, and he gets to vote on the Pope and do all that stuff because he's a
Yeah.
cardinal. So we got to go to
Right.
the Vatican and do that whole thing. So
Fitting
Anyway,
for St. Louis being a cardinal.
well, right there you go.
Mm.
They said that on
St.
the
Louis
news.
has
Actually,
had quite a few Cardinals.
have we?
Yeah.
Like how long ago?
Ozzie Smith, Willie McGee.
No, like Cardinal Ritter and Cardinal. Who's the other one?
But how long
At the
ago?
other hospital. This was probably within the last 40 years or 50 years. I
Okay,
think.
okay, that's why I figured at least
60
20,
years.
30.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Ritter and what's that other hospital?
Where at?
Cardinal Glennon.
Cardinal Glennon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't
okay.
know. Ritter.
there's- Ritter.
Ritter. Yeah.
Cardinal Ritter.
I do kind of
Yeah.
remember that. I guess I never put two and two together with Cardinal Glennon.
Me neither.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there was a
All right.
time that that St. Louis was considered the Vatican of the West, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that part of the reason like Pope John Paul, when he came to the United States back in 1998, he picked St. Louis.
Yeah.
And I think Cardinal Dolan had a lot to do with that at the time.
You think so?
Interesting.
I think so. I kind of remember that. You remember, Duds, we got a whole week off school when that happened. A whole week.
Did we really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't remember that.
Yep. Oh yeah. We were
I remember he went down to
freshmen.
Busch Stadium, right?
I didn't.
I think he was down there though, right? That's
Oh
where he
yeah,
was.
yeah. He did a mass. I can't remember if it was at Busch Stadium or at the time the Kiel Center. But definitely did like a big mass like that.
Parade.
He did
I'm
the
guessing he
parade.
did
So I
other
remember going
masses,
to
like
the
at the
parade with the
Basilica,
Pope
too.
Mobile and
Yeah.
all of that.
The
Yep,
Pope
yep.
Mobile.
The
Little
Pope Mobile.
bubble
It's-
bubble
Is that
car.
kind of like
It was-
the
it was a-
bookmobile?
It was a real thing. It was a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the bookmobile, I heard this joke on Gutfeld the other day that President Biden is having a tough time raising money for his presidential library. So they said the
Really?
best he's going to be able to do is a presidential bookmobile.
Well, if they get books on ice cream, maybe. Oh,
Oh, I thought maybe we scored. I saw you look. I'm
Sorry.
like, oh, did we score? 1-1 right now. So
Yeah.
the Blues won. They won last night.
Yeah.
One nothing.
yeah, low scoring
So
game.
Yeah, a couple of low scoring games. We didn't have a lot of shots on goal in the first period, but
No.
holding strong here. We'll see. All right, what about the Gateway Arch? Did you hear this? They want to,
take it down?
No, that would
Could
be
you imagine
something,
the
wouldn't it?
backlash?
Oh my, that'd be crazy.
They want to give it to France.
Maybe they're going to build a second one,
They
and
wanna
they can
build a second
paint them yellow, and
yeah.
McDonald's can pay. McDonald's can pay for the advertisement.
Yeah.
Well, no, but they do want to take the park over onto the east side.
What? No.
Yes. So they want to expand the park.
East side of what? Illinois?
Well, right. So on the other side of the river, I guess they'd have some kind of like viewing area or sitting area. It'd be basically be a park for people to look at the arch. That would be my assumption.
Who wants
But
to
the
go over
bigger
there?
thing,
About-
I don't know, buddy. Nobody wants to go over
I
to
mean-
Illinois.
Did we talk about the geyser on this show?
I don't know.
So there's a geyser over there in Illinois, like a man-made geyser, and I
Really?
think it shoots off like every hour or half hour, and it shoots up to the same height, I think, as the arch.
Like where? Like Cahokia? Or like where are we talking?
Right over, yeah, I think it is. It's like right over the river.
Man-made. So
You
what
can
does
look
that
it
mean?
up.
What do they do? How do they create
just
it?
a
It's
big
a fountain. That's
Yeah,
a
they-
fountain.
So they-
It's a
Geyser.
fountain.
Man-made
Fountain
geyser. It's called
Oh.
a fountain.
Okay, so they didn't like go drill into something in the ground like a spring that's causing this.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a
Wouldn't that
man-made
be
thing.
cool?
They did it on purpose to, I think, mimic. That was Illinois' attempt to do something cool,
Okay.
to try to, match
some
the
money.
arch. That was all they could do.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's called
Well,
the
here's what's
Gateway
interesting.
Geyser.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Here's what's interesting. So the big thing is that they want to make changes to Highway 44. That's what they don't like, because Highway 44 goes right through downtown, screws up the traffic. I thought they did a pretty good job when they redid the arch and they put the park over it. And I was like, oh, that's actually, and you can't even
Yeah, it's
hear
not
the
bad.
highway. I was like, they did a good job. But they're trying to get ahead of this because there are planned construction in 2040. 2040. So they want to get ahead of it.
What's
I'm
happening?
like 2040. That's still 15 years away.
What's happening?
I
then?
guess that they got to do some work on the Poplar Street Bridge
Oh.
and stuff like that. And
I thought we
so
were hosting the World's Fair or something, or I don't know.
no, that's how long stuff in the government takes. They're like, well, we better get started now because we got to do studies, and then we
Yeah.
got to present it, then we got to fund it.
Right.
And they're like, we at best they'll get this approved by 2035.
Yeah,
Right?
and it'll probably be
Hmm.
delayed 10 years. So
Of
it'll
course
be,
it will. Right.
2050.
Right.
So they want to
All
do
right.
44?
Well, somebody
mean-
said something today. I was reading in the article, talked about turning it into a boulevard. I'm like, I don't know that you can take the highway into a boulevard. Like, maybe you can move it somehow, but
What
you
does
can't
that
move
mean?
it through the city.
Yeah, I was
So
like,
you'd
what
have
does
to.
boulevard mean specifically? I mean, like 40 something on our speed limit?
Yeah, basically. And then I don't know.
Stoplights and
I guess stoplight. Right. Basically.
You know what they
on
need
an
to
inter-
do?
It can't be an interstate.
You know what they need to do for real is they need to create another highway. Like, okay, continue, what is it, I-70 or 170? What is it?
Well, we talked about this.
Down the
a long
river to
time
there,
ago.
all the way
Yeah.
to 55. Like, just
Right.
extend
Oh,
it.
That's 170. Yeah.
170, extend
Yeah.
it. Okay, because it
Yeah.
ends right there at, what is that, 40?
In
40,
Clayton. Yeah.
Continue it all the way down to 55, and then you'll alleviate a lot of traffic from the city. Then you might be able to do that.
We talked about the with River de Pere. You just build it right over there. Like that
Yeah.
River de Pere has almost no purpose these
Yeah,
days.
hide it, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's an eyesore.
They
idea.
put another bridge over the river right there.
Right.
They're gonna
Yeah.
they'll have to do something. Yeah, I don't know. All right, what about this one? China sues the state of Missouri. Did you hear this? China is suing Missouri. The China virus, and that's
screw them.
so that's what this is all about. It's all about the China virus. So
It's not called
Missouri-
the China
Suing them.
virus. That's racist.
Missouri sued
We're going to
China.
sue them.
We already did.
Oh,
Oh.
there we go.
Yeah,
they
but
pay?
so of course not. But we won. We did win the judgment for $25 billion, and it's all related to COVID and how maybe I guess China held back on the PPE, the masks and gloves, and that they wouldn't let other countries have it.
Does that
Or it
money
wasn't
help all the
proportional.
companies,
I
the
don't
small
know.
mom and pop stores that went out of business? Is to help them?
Well, I mean, no, because are we ever going to collect this money? The short answer is no.
because we
And
owe 'em.
why would China ever pay it? So Missouri asked
We just won't
the-
pay our bills.
I know, right?
Screw them.
We asked the U.S. government to help us like seize money. I don't know if that's going to
Tariffs.
happen. And then China just said, screw you guys. And so we
I'm going
sued
home.
China for $25 billion and won. So China's like, we're going to sue you for 50, right? And
One
so it
dollar.
might
You
just
again
be
for 100.
might just be a stalling tactic. But the reason that they're really suing us is for like defamation. Like they thought that we talked bad on them and
did.
that we
Oh,
that
they
we owe
deserved it.
China a public apology. So I think I
You
can
know,
speak
China
for
a punch in the face.
I was like, we can speak for all Missourians, right? When we can say like, screw you, China. Like we don't give a rat's ass about China.
Come get it.
Yeah, come get it. Exactly. All right. And then my last little, and this could have gone on the wheel, but I felt it too important a topic. St. Louis City hired their new coach. I know we kind of talked about that last week, and you asked if I applied, and
Yeah.
I'm like, well, no, because one,
Oh.
I don't have the credentials. But this new
Well,
guy that they
You
hired,
don't know that.
you never know, because this new guy is only 35 years old, like young.
You're way
Young.
more qualified than him.
Yeah.
You would think so, right? Now, here's what's interesting about this guy. Most coaches are former players. And I guess he was. Of course,
Makes sense.
everybody, you play soccer at some point in your life, but he quit at 16. So it's not like he really played professionally. Normally, so he quit at 16 to become a coach. He said that he always wanted to be a coach.
Isn't that a
and
little
so he
young to
started
be a coach?
coaching. Definitely is. Now, I don't know
Who was he
what
coaching
team
at
he was coaching.
16,
It could have
you
been
know?
his freaking high school team.
That's what I was
don't
going to
know.
say.
But started at 16. So this guy's name is, Johan Dammit. Johan Dammit.
Damn it.
I'm probably, well, that's what they were joking about when we're at the games and the other team scores and stuff like
Damn it.
that. We're gonna have some kind of damn it chant.
Uh,
So he's French, so I'm probably pronouncing
okay.
it wrong.
He's French and
Yeah.
he's a soccer coach.
Yep. He's never been a professional head coach before.
Don't have
So
high
this is his
hopes.
first time as a head coach, and well, we haven't been great the last 2 years. So
Come on, damn it.
The coach
will
of the
see.
Cardinals, what's his name?
Ali Marmol.
Was he a professional baseball player before?
He
He
was
was,
real
right?
young,
Yeah.
for sure.
I was just
And-
curious.
I
He
don't
played,
know.
right? I'm pretty sure he played.
Yeah,
don't
but
think-
they're not all coaches like, if you would bring in Yadier Molina or Albert
little different.
Pujols,
Right, sure.
that would be.
Yeah. Actually, Pujols I thought was going to potentially, but I guess not anymore.
Well, he applied for the Angels, of course
Oh.
that's the team he played for.
That's
Applied for them, and
Yeah.
I guess they didn't take him.
Right.
He wants to be the coach of the Cardinals, but so does Yadier Molina. You
Yeah.
can't really have both of them, and right now you don't have either of them because you still have Marmol. So
Well, right, sure.
Who was the other
you
one?
know.
You said other than Yachty? Who wanted to be coach?
Pujols.
Pujols. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They talked about it.
I don't know who I'd rather have. Probably Yachty. I think he's probably more the head man,
Catchers
but I don't know.
catchers tend they make really good managers because they understand the pitching aspect. Calling pitches, calling games.
I
Mike
think they
Bikini,
understand
obviously.
All of it, like from a different perspective, almost kind of, which might be better.
Right. Yeah. So that's what they always say. All right, I got the wheel
Hey,
up.
I can see the wheel this week.
Hey, you can
Oh,
see
look
it
at
this time, huh? All right.
Mhm.
Nice.
Can I click it?
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
What's on there?
All right. We've
It's not
got
working. Wheels broke.
music, food news, geopolitics, religion, different religion story, the flu. And I
you
meant
could
to,
set something up and we could play Chuck-a-Luck on here.
yeah, that would be something.
See, look,
That
it's
would be
spinning by
fun.
itself. Something's broken. I don't know.
Well, I haven't pressed the button.
But it's-
And I meant to put another topic or two on here, but I ran out of time because I had
Oh,
to
gosh.
take care of the kids tonight.
Now, by
Here we
flu.
go.
Oh, by flu, does that mean COVID or?
Yay! All right, music. I've been
Uh.
trying to talk about this since week 1.
Wow.
I know, and it's not going to be as relevant anymore because, like you said, Duds, they're this is old news, But
Skip it.
No,
Hey, just briefly.
I mean,
let's go.
well, I've
Yeah,
got
let's hear.
I got
What do you
I got
got?
two
What do you
things.
guys
I got
talk
an
about here?
update on it. Well, one, so Rush, you guys know I'm a huge Rush fan. I don't know that Could you guys name any Rush songs?
Oh yeah, I know some.
All right, name them.
Tom Sawyer.
All right, that's their most
Limelight.
popular one. Limelight's
What
a
was
great
the?
one.
There's a one with a year, right? 2012 or something,
2012. Yeah. All right,
or
well done. That's 3.
Blue Collar Man, right? Or
Uh,
what is that?
Hold on. Well, you're close. Working Man.
Working Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's an REO Speedwagon song. I think that's blue
think so,
collar. Something along those lines. But yeah, they have Working Man, which is a great one off their first album.
Yeah, they play pretty
But
good. They're solid. Solid.
they're a solid
70s,
band, 70s, 80s prog rock is what, progressive rock is what that stands for. And, they kind of had a little bit of a resurgence with, what was that movie? I Love You, Man.
Oh yeah, Slapping the Bass.
Paul Rudd and Slapping the Bass,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, which is great. And then when Rush went on tour, Paul Rudd and who's the other guy? Marshall from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Jason Segel.
Yes.
Jason Segel. They actually came on and did the video for the Rush tour. It was pretty funny. At South Park, they've done Rush stuff. Family Guy has one of my favorite jokes from one of their episodes is when Peter shows up to a Rush concert in his concert khakis, as he calls them, and everybody there is wearing black jeans, which I guess is a thing, and there's no women, it's all men. So,
yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Well, but Neil Peart, however you pronounce his name, he was their drummer and considered to be one of the best drummers of all time.
It's the one-armed drummer, right?
No, that's Def Leppard.
I was like, I don't think so.
That's Def Leppard.
I thought he was the best drummer of all time.
Well,
Yeah.
doing it one-armed and having to learn all those songs, there's something to
Who's
that.
the guy
for
who
sure.
did the drums and he was actually on like a wheel and he was playing it like
Tommy Lee.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
With Motley Crue, he did that.
Somebody else did too, I think. But okay.
Yeah. Well,
did you say
look
Neil
up
Peart was the drummer? Is that
what
you said?
which drummer?
Neil Peart is the drummer of.
He's the drummer
Rush?
of Rush. Yes.
He's got like the 360.
Yes,
drum
so that's
set?
what I was gonna say. Just look up
Yeah.
his drum set, and it's massive. It's like completely all around him. He spins around.
That's crazy.
He's got cowbells and xylophones and all kinds of different cymbals and triangles. His drum set, a second drum
Bongos.
set, bongos. Got all kinds of crap, man.
Damn.
So I've seen them probably like at least 10 times. I don't know. Anytime they came through St. Louis, and I saw
How
them on
would
their
you
last
know
one.
Would all those things make different noises and which one to hit at what time? I mean, that's
Practice.
incredible. Yeah.
Well, that is what I wonder, because can the human ear even detect if he changed up the drums? Like, we're listening to the vocals,
just
we're
beating
listening
on
to the
stuff.
guitar.
He just-
So as long as he kind of does something that's in rhythm, like it doesn't have to be the same drum, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
what if he hit this drum instead of this drum
I don't know. I
during
think it
Tom
would sound
Sawyer? Would
different.
we even
Yeah.
know? Right. I don't know.
Yeah, hard to
I
Everybody
say.
didn't
would
just
know.
make that up. Have you seen those TikToks? There's one with like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers where he's in front of the drums and he's listening to music and it's a song he's never heard before.
Yeah.
And he waits like 10, 15 seconds
Huh?
and then he just starts going into
Yeah,
it.
it's
And
pretty
people are
crazy.
like, holy shit, this is great. Now, yeah, it's great, but is that actually, it's not the drums to the song, you
Right.
know? So like
It's his
anybody,
version of it.
right, it's his version of it, right?
Well-
he didn't know, I don't know.
I mean, it's not
Once you're that good, you can just jam on different instruments too.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, so I read Geddy Lee's book. I got this for Christmas last year. That look at how big of a nerd that guy is.
Big
It's
nose.
a
You
huge
know,
nose.
back in the 70s, you know. So they're a Canadian band. There's a couple of other pictures in here, but there's some great information in this book about their tour, Geddy Lee's early life, all kinds of stuff. But they were definitely big nerds. Like in the tour bus, instead of being with women, they'd go back after the
Dungeons and
concert and
Dragons.
watch like Lord of the Rings or something like that.
That's funny.
Funny
Enjoying
stuff.
their male company, huh?
Exactly, I guess so. I mean, they all got married. Well, but Neil Peart, he had some tough luck, man. His whole family died in a car
Mhm.
crash. He never thought he'd be able to recover. I guess eventually he met a new wife. His new wife died of like cancer, and then
Oh, his
he got
immediate family,
brain.
like his wife and kids.
Yeah,
Oh,
so his
they're like
wife
his
and kids
parents
died
and
in
his.
a
I don't know.
no, they
Mm.
died in a car crash, and then after years of like my life was ruined, then he remarried, then they went back out on tour again after a big hiatus, made some new music, but then his new wife got cancer and died,
Oh my
and then
God.
he got brain cancer and died. So that's what happened
Shit.
to him. So
Hmm.
really bad luck. So I don't know when he died. I don't know if I have that information in here. But Caroline and I went and saw their last tour. I think it was before we were married, so we're probably going back, 12 something years.
Before he died?
Huh?
Before he
Yeah.
died?
No, after he
Yes.
died.
Because they yeah.
Well,
after-
I mean,
I was gonna say
he
they
wouldn't
still
have been there,
tour
but
though,
yeah,
right?
right.
No, so they stopped touring. They were like, that's it. They were, because Neil Peart was like, I can't do it anymore. He didn't tell people that he had cancer, brain cancer at the time, I guess. But eventually that came out, and then of course he died. And now you've got Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson. The two remaining members are like, I think it's been like 10 years. They're like, we want to play. And they're in their like mid 70s now. But I have to say, one, they look freaking good.
Plastic
Now,
surgery.
I'm assuming,
Plastic surgery.
I don't think so. They're not those kinds of people.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what you say.
they just look in good shape, for being in their maybe
Must
early
work out.
70s, whatever, but
Staying active.
something. So they're going back out on tour. They announced kind of like an Oasis type tour, like 8 shows. Well, then the tickets sold out immediately, and then they were like, all right, we'll double it up. We'll do like 2 shows in each city. We'll do 16. Well, those
Hey, we
sold
can
out
make a bunch
immediately.
of money doing this.
Well, maybe that's what we got to do with the podcast tour. We just say we're going to do 4 shows. That's it, 4
Scarcity.
shows. And
Make
then-
them buy
right,
gift cards.
right, yes, gift cards.
Gotta buy a gift
to
card
our
to come to
4
the show.
shows. So anyhow, so they're not coming to St. Louis, of course, but they are going to Chicago, and I'm going to try and figure that one out. But the other band that has been touring, and it's St. Louis band, story of the year, one of my favorites, Duds. I took you to see them. I don't think you didn't even really know who they were, which blew my mind.
I knew who they
Nilla,
were. I
we've-
just didn't like them.
crazy, crazy. I don't know how that's the thing, but so they announced they have a new album coming out. It's called Arson, and I think it releases February 15th or February 13th. So on February 14th, Valentine's Day, they're having a St. Louis album release party. So I already bought tickets. I got Caroline and I a room at the Moonrise Hotel for 2 nights.
Mm.
It was a two night minimum.
Well.
So they suckered me into that extra night. But we got 2
How'd they
nights
get
there.
ya?
So that's our Valentine's Day weekend though. I was like, hey, we're gonna do the hotel thing. We'll go out to dinner, and then on Valentine's Day we're gonna go listen to punk rock and emo rock and people screaming their heads off.
Mm.
Should be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm sure Caroline's thrilled.
So I was thinking originally, but I was like,
Yeah.
well,
Gonna be great.
romantic.
Very romantic. But that's it's how we met. Story of the Year played a big part in that.
And anytime without the
Um,
kids, I mean,
Anytime without the kids, of course. We've
Does
seen
it
them
make
in
you
New
feel
York
young
City.
again? Makes you feel young again, right? You
I
go
mean, a
do
little
that
bit, of
stuff.
course, because the
We're old, I
well,
don't
first
know.
off, we're old, right? Story of the Year got big when we were graduating high school. Well, it was 2003, so we had just graduated high school, going into college, and that's when their first album came out. So it makes us think of that time.
yeah. Everybody likes music from that time, it brings you
Right.
back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All
listen
right,
to back the
that
90s, alternatives.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
doesn't really get a whole lot better,
But see,
Good
that's the
stuff.
thing too. I feel like with like 90s, let's just say alternative, it seems like it still could be like brand new. It still sounds good. Like I don't know, it has this
Of course.
classic, sound to it.
Yeah, I think that's true for almost any music after like the 60s.
Or do you
You
think
know,
that
like-
everybody, no matter what their generation, they think that same thing about the time when they were like 20, or
Well, I'm sure
18.
to an extent, like that's going to be our favorite is going to be 90s to like 2010s, right?
yeah, for sure.
But like listen to music now, and you're like, this is terrible. I don't
I mean,
understand
some stuff
what-
seems okay.
yeah,
yeah.
depends.
what some stuff. You mean when I'm trying to think of a
Taylor
good
Swift?
band that came out
Oh,
with
never
something.
mind.
No, not
Oh.
even Taylor Swift. You know, like when Papa Roach comes out with a new album and you're like, all right, you know, well,
Maybe.
that's a 90s band or a
Well,
2000s band.
Right, exactly.
You know,
true.
that you like. It's not like it's new music. Like, go listen
Well,
to
yeah.
even like Youngblood or something like that, right? Which is a alternative. Like, go listen to their
I'm not
album.
sure.
You're
I mean,
gonna be
I've
like,
heard the name, but I'm not sure who they are exactly.
They play them on the point and stuff like that, but most of the time if they come up, I switch it. I'm like, oh, I want to go to a song that I know, right? And I
Yeah.
don't know new songs because I don't listen to enough new music.
Maybe you should.
Maybe, but I have Spotify. Is that what you're gonna ask? Or are you gonna ask?
No, serious. I didn't know if you had it or not.
We have it in my wife's car, and I have the app. But
okay.
I use Spotify now.
Gotcha.
For most of my stuff. Did anybody do the Spotify Wrapped? Did you
Yeah.
check out your stuff?
They were talking about it in the group chat. I think Dudley and
Yeah.
Dan, and
Nathan. Yeah.
Nathan, maybe.
Okay. All right. Well,
don't
my
do
number
that.
my number one was Taylor Swift.
What?
Nice. Good job.
That's because I share the account with my
No,
wife.
no explanation needed.
No, but this is what is crazy. She was in the top 1%. Top 1% of Taylor Swift listeners.
That's concerning.
Wow.
That's pretty serious. And I know
That's
it's just
concerning.
she's playing it in the background when they're doing chores and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. But I'm
Wow.
like, whoa.
So
And then
she's a
my
true
number two.
Swiftie, huh?
Yep. So not like crazy. But
Top
her
1%.
best friend is a Swiftie for
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
She's
my
in
number
the scary
two-
like 0.1%. She's the one that
they didn't go that far, but we got a personalized message from Taylor Swift.
Wow, really?
Well, not personalized. I mean, it's for anybody that.
You're now
so
on the
it didn't
restra-
say,
you're now,
"Hey, Matt."
You're now being
Yeah.
tracked. We're going to restraining order you because you seem
Right.
like
Yeah.
you might be a little obsessed.
My number two was Oasis, and I went on that Oasis kick before and after the concert. And number three was
Rush.
Story of the Year.
Oh, well, number
Yeah.
one was Rush? No, Taylor Swift.
No, number one was Rush
Right.
didn't make the list, although they're probably somewhere after that, 4 or 5. So I would
Probably
think
look
so.
mine up.
They're kind of my top 3.
Linkin Park.
No,
Yeah,
but
I mean-
I was also on that was probably maybe the year before that, because when the new
Yeah.
Linkin Park singer came out, I
Yeah.
really not only did I go back and listen to their old stuff, I listened to their new
Well,
stuff
the
a
old
lot.
stuff is still always the better ones, though.
Of course, yeah, but
all
I
of
do
them.
like the new singer. I
Yeah,
think
it's not
she's
bad.
actually very
Different.
very good. And
Yeah,
I was out of town when they rolled through St. Louis. Otherwise, I think I would have gone to see that show.
probably. Have you been to see
Would
them
have been
before?
a good one. I've never seen
Oh,
them.
you haven't? Okay.
Mm-mm. No, and you know, Moon, Story of the Year, they used to open for Linkin Park back in the early 2000s.
Didn't
Yeah,
know
because if
specifically.
you listen to Moon on Rizzuto talking about that, he'll talk about his relationship with Chester and how devastated he was.
Yeah.
All right, OT, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we got the puck, so that's a good sign. All right, keep me posted, because I can't do the podcast and watch at the same time.
So is
Maybe
there something else on the
if I
wheel?
move the microphone just slightly. I don't know. No. We're done with the wheel.
Oh, no more wheel. Move on.
Yeah, one spin,
One time around the wheel.
one time around. You really want to know what that religious story is? I know it.
I wanted to know actually what all the topics were specifically, actually, almost, but okay.
Yeah. All right, but I did have a couple of other just real quick things that I found here. All right, you guys heard about these more mainstream news? Of course, we got 2. Well, there was like 3 major shootings.
Yeah.
This last week or whatever. We had the Bondi Beach one, Brown University, 2 people died. And then did you hear about the MIT professor that also got gunned down?
No, I didn't hear
I don't
that.
think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. And what's crazy is what he did. So not only was his MIT professor, but he was recently appointed the head of like plasma and fusion energy research. So like not only super smart, but like he was like trying to find fusion renewable energy,
Well,
and he got shot down. And at first, of course, all this stuff is completely unrelated, but it just came out that no, there might be a connection between the Brown shooting and the MIT person. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? What, like, I don't know. And I don't know too much about the second person that was killed at Brown University, but the first person, I don't know about the order, but the person that they were talking about is the head of the Republican whatever club on campus, right? Yeah. So she was a
That's
student, so it's a student thing. But I was like, okay, is that
Coincidence.
coincidence,
targeted
or
shooting.
is she targeted and then taking out this professor? So now they're starting to say, like, was this some kind? I don't know. Is this
Conspiracy.
a foreign thing?
Oh.
Is this China taking people out, or Iran, or I don't know.
Conspiracies.
Yeah,
Who could it
for
be?
sure.
Who could it be?
But
Spin the wheel.
so pay attention to that.
I did see that the dumbass that was I don't know if he was like the
Yes.
spokesman for the school or something, or the police
Yeah.
department, but he said that they wanted him to stop saying the Brown shooter, describing the
Mhm.
shooter that was at Brown University. It's like, well, literally, that's it's the Brown shooter. It's the
That is funny.
they said you need to stop saying that because it sounds racist.
Yeah.
When
Now,
it's just
I don't know if they
describing where they
know-
were.
I don't know if they know the nationality of this guy or not. Of course, it's hard to tell because
I'm sure they know.
he's wearing a mask, and I don't know. They seem to not know a whole lot about
Yeah,
this
it's true.
guy. And originally they came out and they said that these two shootings were not connected, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, we're noticing some things. They
Hold up.
might be connected." And then Brown University sent all the students home, which
They haven't caught
makes
him, right?
sense,
He's still
I
on
guess.
the loose.
Yeah, he's still on the loose.
It's
That's
crazy.
the whole thing, And of course, some people are like, "Well, he flew over to
MIT.
Iran or wherever, Well,
China.
right. So maybe he went from Rhode Island to
Because
Boston.
they haven't caught
and
that
who
person
knows?
either, right?
No.
Hmm,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
What's
just kind
going on out
of
there?
crazy. I mean, and then the Bondi Beach shooting. Did you see
It's out in
the
Australia,
hero?
right?
Yeah, the one in Australia that wrestled the gun away. Did you
I
see that
didn't
video?
see it, no, but I heard
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
Pretty crazy.
Hmm.
And then
I don't
did you
know
see
why
the-
he didn't shoot him.
Well,
Like,
that's
he
what I
got the
said,
gun. It's like, you should
I
have
was
just
like,
shot him.
I think you'd be hard pressed. The thing is he had no gun training.
Self-defense.
Remember, this is Australia. There aren't guns in Australia like there are here.
Yeah,
I think that's an American. I think they shoot him dead, right after he just killed 15
yeah.
people.
for sure.
We lost.
Well, did
Yeah,
the
I know.
police even have guns down there? Police in
Well,
some
come on
countries
now.
don't even
I'm
carry
sure that they
Well,
do, but some. Well, it's like in London and England. A lot of them still they carry just nightsticks. Not all of them.
Yeah, I
carry
saw a
guns,
video of a guy running over and he stabbed a cop, like in the side, and they had to pull out their batons to beat him down because they didn't have guns.
Right.
Like,
Tasers?
Crazy.
Do they have taser guns?
in the U.S., you just shoot the guy.
You would think
Yeah.
so.
No,
Did,
no tasers.
Who shared that story about the top 5 cities that were basically more, democratic, that basically had the most violence with the strictest gun laws?
Yeah, I think it was probably me.
Interesting, though. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all interesting when you start to peel layers away of the stats, and you realize, like, okay,
Well,
What were
what
the
is it?
top 5 cities?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Good question. Probably us. Probably Detroit. I mean,
St. Louis, Chicago,
Chicago for sure.
Detroit,
yeah,
LA.
Chicago for sure. Yeah, LA. I'm sure. Yeah, but well, were we number 3 or? We were like way up there, but basically, if you took out those 5 cities, we were like 180 something ish then in the world.
Oh, as far in the world. Yeah,
in the
that's
world.
right. That's right. Right. Yeah. So if you just took out those 5 cities away from the stats, we go from the number 1, I think,
Or 2 or
of
3,
most
whatever it was.
gun,
but yeah.
gun
It's 180
violence in the
in the
world.
world?
In the
In the
world.
world?
If you take
Yeah,
out those
and
5 cities, they had the strictest gun laws that were basically liberal, democratic ran. So basically, stricter gun laws actually equal more gun violence.
Makes
Well,
sense.
because only the criminals have guns.
carry guns. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Right. Who knew? They
Did
also
you know
don't
if you
report.
pass laws, criminals will stop committing crimes
That's right.
You mean like kill them?
if you have to.
Well, no, I meant
Yeah,
like
you
if
have to.
somebody an eye for an eye. So guess what? That would probably knock down crime quite a bit. If basically you know what, you killed somebody, you're dead. Well, you know what? I might
Well-
not kill anybody anymore. I don't know. I mean,
It's worth a try.
Just a real punishment, even just
real
like
ones. Yeah.
like you. Okay, you're going to jail and you're not getting out.
But guess what?
Yada,
Who
yada,
stands
yada.
up for them again? Democrats. No,
Yeah,
that's
well,
not
and they-
fair.
and
They
they
don't
just-
deserve that.
they just release them right back out on the street. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Do you think they believe that, or do you think they just like the chaos?
Well, I think it's probably a little bit of both,
Yeah.
or they've been so brainwashed by the small amount of people that the system is unjust towards. And I'm sure that there are instances
I'm
of
sure.
that,
Yeah.
but
'Cause it seems to
But we're
me
not
that,
talking
like,
about the 1% here. It's like you can say that about anything, but we're not talking about that.
and that is a good point, because when it comes to the 1% of like rich people, they hate the 1%, but then when it's the 1% of the, then they'll, I don't know.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what doesn't make sense.
I
It's
can understand the
Right.
politicians; they're going to come out in support of whoever is the criminal.
Well,
'cause that
whoever
just
votes
helps.
for them.
Right. But they live in a whole different society. They're
Yeah,
in
sure.
the top, 0.1%.
You got to make sure you get the criminal vote. That's a
have
huge
personal
percentage.
security. They don't care if people's guns are taken away. They have security guards.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But then you have these lower level Democrats and people that support that, and they don't have that. They're just the ones that
They
are
don't have
brainwashed.
the knowledge. They're actually just ignorant to it, basically, because they're stuck in a place where they can't get out of, really learning almost. There's just not, they don't really try to help them, really.
And I think there's like different levels of people that have, their support. Some people are just thinking that it's like the same Democrats, Republicans, and
Sure.
I've been a Democrat my whole life,
Right.
and that's always the way I voted. And really the parties have just been completely changed.
Sure. Right. But it's harder for that person to then switch, and because you're saying, oh, I've always voted Democrat. Well, now the
Right.
Democrat Party has changed.
Mhm.
So
But they don't want to go to the Republicans.
They don't want to go to
Right,
the Republicans, so
exactly.
they keep voting Democrat, even though
Yeah.
they don't actually align
Right.
with
Well, not to
Democratic
mention,
values
You
anymore.
see like all the, infighting and turmoil that's going on with the Republicans right now too. It's like, so they just look at that and they say, well, nothing's getting done really.
Right.
Well,
right.
It's just two wings of the same bird.
Well, like the Senate the other day voted down on Trump's idea to give the insurance rebates back to the people
Mhm.
instead of the insurance company. Well,
Yeah.
all the Democrats voted against it. They're not for that.
because they
and
vote against
then-
every single thing.
Of course.
They vote against all of it.
But then we
They
also
vote
had some
against
Republicans.
That's basically what they vote for.
Yes.
Well, sure. And
There's
but
only
we
like
also had
10 people that'll switch sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's
Mhm.
such a small amount. But then we had there were like 4 Republicans that sided with the Democrats on this, and it's like, why? I don't get it. But you didn't align with your party, and I don't know their reasoning. Maybe they have a reason, but nevertheless, the Republicans can't get their stuff together when they're in office, and that is something that the Democrats do when
Yeah.
they have power.
True.
They always seem to align. I know. I was waiting for the Chandler Friends reference. Doo-doo. Was it doo-doo or duty? Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember that one specific.
Yeah, he's like in a
Duty!
job interview or something, and they keep
Oh,
talking
that's
about
right.
what is duty. I think it's duty.
Thought you were going to give me that doo-doo thing.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, speaking of Democrats, did you hear who
Speaking of
is
duty.
not seeking? Right there, you go. That's a good one, Duds. Who's not seeking re-election will be Sam Page, St.
Oh.
Louis County executive.
Hmm.
Sam Page, who's terrible.
Well, St. Louis County
should
sucks
be.
in general.
Should be in jail, probably.
I
Oh,
know.
for
Well,
sure.
we're way off on our budget.
Yeah. And they want to take
They
the
can
money
never-
from the Rams stuff.
I know, yeah.
they're
The
like,
money that
no.
we had set aside for other special things, and they're like, oh well, we ended up just spending it on normal stuff, and we
Normal
spent
stuff.
too much. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
potholes. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
What else are they doing?
Creating
What
new
else are they
potholes.
spending it
They're
on?
probably getting ready for that bridge they have to redo in 15 years.
Yeah, that's the city. We're
true.
talking about the county.
Mm.
All right, the last thing I got, I think it's the last thing here. And this is small. I don't watch Survivor. I haven't watched it since the first season.
Was this 30th
This
season?
is 49. Season
Damn.
49 just wrapped.
Mm.
The
They do more
winner,
than one season a year, I
I
guess.
think it's 2 maybe.
probably, the winner, Savannah Louie, was a former St. Louis TV anchor and reporter. And she was a winner of the $1 million prize.
What was her name?
Savannah Louie.
They haven't
So-
upped it still from 25 years ago. It's still
I know.
$1 million.
It's still
That's like
1
nothing.
million. They didn't account for inflation.
No, they don't care because people will
Yep.
do it for free
Yep.
almost for fame.
Yep. Yep.
Make sure you
New
pay
and
taxes.
speaking of, I know, right? Who was the first guy?
I don't know what his
he
name.
didn't-
Richard.
He didn't. Yeah, Richard.
Mhm.
Yeah. He
The
didn't
fat
pay
naked
any.
gay
He
guy.
didn't, yeah. He didn't pay any of the taxes on his winnings, and he had to go to jail.
They just put him back on the island by himself.
Right.
So here you go, now survive.
Jail. Yeah. But speaking of inflation, the inflation report came out today. It was better than expected. It dropped year over year. It was at 2.7%, which, still a little high, but stocks
Propaganda.
went way up.
Well,
You
all
know,
thanks to Democrats.
Yeah, market
Oh wait,
was
no,
up
it wasn't.
today.
Never mind.
No, it's down, not thanks to Democrats.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not give them any undue credit.
That was being
I don't know.
sarcastic.
I went to Deerberg's the other day and I got 2 grocery bags and it was $100.
Well, what was in it? You could have had a $50 bottle of bourbon. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
No,
right.
no, no.
It's all that first
No, no.
form stuff.
Yeah.
It's all that $3
No, it was
beef
all
jerky.
food.
It was
all
Starbucks,
meat.
probably.
It was all food. It was London broil. It was Braunschweiger, meatloaf, cheese.
You bought meatloaf already made, or what?
They had those little mini meatloafs at Deerberg's. Yeah,
Oh.
they're pretty good.
Well,
Oh.
that's why.
Never had it.
Buy
Pre-made.
ground beef and make your own meatloaf.
Not that hard.
I'm
but
not doing that at work.
at work. All right, gotcha. Well, you can bring
This is for
leftovers
lunch.
Duds
This
is
is for
too high
lunch.
brass to make his own meatloaf.
at work.
At work.
Yeah.
If I
Well,
had a
bring it.
stove there, I would do it.
Stove, air fryer.
All I got's a microwave.
You don't have an air fryer?
Not at work, no.
At work,
I
right?
think we actually do.
Well, get one for the office. I mean, they're $50 at Costco.
You know how messy that thing would get? Nobody would clean it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a-
true.
That's how the offices are, Nobody
You
cleans
get
coffee pods.
the silicone inserts,
Mm.
Nobody would use them.
the single use insert.
I could just keep it in my office.
There you go.
Keep it in your
Yes,
truck. Just
if you're
plug it in.
Own
on the
personal
front seat.
air fryer. Yeah. All right. What else do you guys got? Anything good?
I had
Yeah.
something earlier, but I lost it.
Did you see that the Senate bill, the military bill, the $900 billion that they
I saw you
passed?
shared that.
Yeah,
900
700
billion.
million to Israel and 800 million to Ukraine. It's like, why are we giving all these other countries all this money
We
still?
don't even have the money. How do we
Yeah.
give it to them? It's probably partially from Starbucks.
Yeah.
That could be.
It could be. That could be the conspiracy.
We're
You know,
sending a
that's
bunch of Starbucks gift cards to Ukraine. Here you go. This might help.
Free coffee.
that's always a thing. It's like if you were in debt, we talked about credit card debt.
How are
was
you
that last
funding
week?
other
Right.
people?
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, I guess you still have money, right? So I have a bunch of credit card debt, but I still got a paycheck, and I'm going to give that paycheck away. It's not very
But
smart.
you really don't.
And
You
then I'm
really
never
don't
going to
have
be
the
able to.
money.
You should probably file
Well-
bankruptcy then, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Well, so and a lot of people said that, like, why don't we just default? And I guess that would be really bad. We don't
I
want to
guess is that
default.
possible? Can you do that?
But part of me thinks that the United States runs the show anyway in the entire world. So what if we did just default?
For
Because you know
now.
who owns a lot of
for
our debt
now.
is China. What if we just said, sorry, China, we ain't paying?
Yeah, but what does all that really mean?
I don't know.
If you sit back and think
Exactly.
about it, what does that mean?
It means
What
they
is-
control
what
us.
is this
We just
debt?
don't know
What is this-
exactly.
What is this paper? What is this digital, this
Well, and
currency?
I guess the whole thing is that other countries would stop trusting the dollar so much they wouldn't do their business in the dollar, which would weaken the dollar, which
They wouldn't do
means
as
our
much business
dollar
with us.
wouldn't do any good. Right. Yeah. Our
Yeah.
credit rating would go down. But I was like, who makes up the credit ratings? They're
Right.
companies in New York City.
Yeah.
There's like 3 of them. I think they're all based in the
The
United
problem
States.
is you're coming to the conclusion that everybody's coming to is all of this is just fake. All of the fiat currency is just fake.
Well, it is fake. I mean,
They just made it up.
yes.
There's
But as long
nothing
as
backing it up.
works, right?
As
Nothing
long as
backing it
everybody
up.
agrees.
Dude, just
Yes,
back it
as
up.
long
dollar
as
is a dollar.
everybody agrees. That's exactly it.
Just back
As
it up
soon
with
as the
Starbucks gift card.
majority, right? As soon as the majority of people disagree, the whole system's gone.
So you know what's happened in the past when this has happened, because this is not the first time.
Depression.
The governments start to seize all the gold because once the currency collapses, they need something to fall back on. And
Diamond.
gold over history has been the only thing that's been able to hold its value well enough that
But that's also
governments
made
can
up.
grab
Gold
it.
is also made up. I mean, it is a scarce resource,
So it's
and there
like
is a
other things.
finite amount of it, like Bitcoin, because I know where you're going
And
with
there's
this.
more gold.
So it is a limited, but the only reason that it holds value is because it's shiny, and people
But
think
that's not entirely
value.
true. The
right,
reason
give me
that there's
something else.
value stored in gold and as well as Bitcoin is because of the energy that has been exhausted to mine the gold or the Bitcoin. That's why
Sure.
there's value in it.
Yeah.
Because you say that gold right now is $4,000 an ounce. Well, that it might tell a miner if I go mine the gold, I go expend energy, I can mine that gold, bring it back and sell it.
But that's
right?
still only because somebody appreciates the work that you put in to do it.
It's the
If
value,
nobody
the
wanted
agreed upon
gold,
value of that asset. at
yeah,
the
I
time.
guess right.
Yeah.
And because
Sure.
you're also assuming probably in 20 years or whatever it is that it's going to grow in value too.
So like what happened
Correct.
back
Or
in
stores the value. Yeah.
back in
over
like
time.
the Middle Ages of the exploration age when
Mayans?
Magellan and when they all come over to Mexico and
Well, the
they
Mayans
take
didn't
all
actually
this
have it
gold.
though. Yeah, they stole it from them, the Spaniards, because they didn't have it. The
Right.
Mayans, because it was worth anything, they just thought
Thought
they
it
was
looked
used
pretty.
to, for probably
Yeah,
religious
right.
purposes.
So they take it all back to Spain and Europe. What
Mhm.
happened to the price of gold? Because now you have a lot more gold on the market, right? So
Right.
I'd
So
be curious.
over the course of history, gold is one of the only elements I think we know of that can't be like destroyed. Right?
Yeah.
You melt the
True.
gold down and you can't get rid of it. Like it doesn't burn off.
Right.
You can like
Not easily anyway.
liquefy it. You can liquefy
Yeah.
it, I think, with acid, but then you can actually bring it back. So all the gold that's been mined over thousands and thousands of years has really been accumulated. And now the amount of new gold that they bring in is such a small percentage. It's like
Mhm.
less than 1% roughly per year. So that doesn't affect the price as much. Back in, the 1400s or the
Right.
1000s or whenever, it might have been different because they hadn't mined as much as they
Now,
have today.
what happens when we, and this is already a thing, we're looking into this, when we go and we take an asteroid and
Right, that could-
we start mining an asteroid.
Throw the whole gold
Right.
value
What's
off of
that?
Yeah, I
time.
mean they found these asteroids that are just
That have gold in them.
full
yeah.
of gold
okay.
and diamonds and
Platinum.
all of these exactly all kinds of
Precious metals.
minerals and metals and right. And they're already working on a plan to change the course. They may have already started doing it of these asteroids, and you go and you put satellites around them and they orbit and they change the orbit of the asteroid ever
Bring
so
that thing
slightly
home, yeah.
and slowly start bringing it to the United States, to Earth. And then we shoot up a SpaceX rocket and we just start mining it while it's orbiting Earth. It becomes like a second moon, if you will. And we're just
The
up there
gold
mining
price-
away.
That seems
Gold
kind of
price.
crazy.
Sure, the
plummets.
price of gold would.
Now it would be
plummet.
expensive to go mine that gold, so there's
Yes,
still going
that's
to be
true.
value there.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if you can overwhelm the
Well, that's what would happen.
current
They say,
supply, the stock, then
well, and whoever's in charge of it, just what if they just only, I don't know how that works. We're just going to mine a little bit at a time. Just
It's
so
like the
enough that
diamond
we can get
miners.
rich.
yeah,
Right.
it's like
yeah,
the diamond
just like, so
miners. They
we
hold
can,
all the
right.
supply.
Right.
You've
yeah,
heard that
no.
story, right?
Oh,
About
yeah.
the Beers, with the diamonds. They
Oh,
hold
blood
I think they
diamonds,
own
right?
like 99% of the diamond supply or
Right,
something in the world
right,
or something
yeah.
crazy.
You're just gonna
Yeah.
mine a little bit though, so you can get rich, but you have to be rich already to do it to mine it in the first place.
Yeah. You're already rich, but you want to get just a little bit richer.
Like, okay, mining gold here, right? You know how much the machinery is and stuff? You have to lease that land, you have to have water licenses. It's not cheap. I mean, that's why nobody
So-
can just go do it. I mean,
When we
And
were
that's why
talking
it's
about the price,
$4,000 for an ounce of it.
right? We were talking about
gotta
the
make
price
sure you're
of
on
gold
good ground.
a
You gotta do
couple of weeks
survey.
back. Well, on the news, they had this guy, and he owns this land, and it's on a river or whatever up in Washington State or whatever. And he says he does this every day, and he goes and he sifts through, and he finds gold pretty much every day.
Like dust, probably. Yeah.
Well, so they were like, okay, well, how much are you making and he said, like, on a good day, which he's like, most of my days are good days, about $100 a day. All that work, he's making $100 a day.
You work
Not
at
that that's like
Starbucks.
not right. I mean, that's not like terrible,
Does he have
I
to claim
guess,
it on his
whatever.
taxes?
But I mean, I get if you go and you sell that gold, I mean, if you just keep it in your
It's income.
sock,
Yeah, you
I
earn
guess
that.
not, but
You know what they haven't
But-
found on an asteroid?
aliens,
More Bitcoin.
more Bitcoin. That's right. Well, we got to do something about the price of Bitcoin because all of my stocks are way up except for Bitcoin.
Yeah, just
Well,
So,
It's a long-term thing. You got to hold
I
on
get
to it
that.
for a while.
I get that. I know. And I was
Well,
like, I
we'll
want to
come
buy
back to it in
more
about
now.
10 years.
10 years. Ugh. I could be dead in 10 years, dudes.
well, you could be. What's
I
the
hope
point of
not.
saving money then in the first place?
That's true.
You could be rich from this podcast in 10 years and not even care about Bitcoin.
That could
And
be in, like,
that is
1 year.
that is the hope. That is the hope. I had a 1-year plan, but it's not going according to plan at the moment. Every week, I think we have less and less listeners.
Now that's because of that 2-week hiatus.
It's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, the 2-week hiatus did us in. I'm
That's
sure.
right. As long as we stay on
We
this
are-
path.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Start
Mine
talking
are
about Bitcoin more, bring in more listeners that way. They want to hear
Well,
about the
you know
Bitcoin.
what? You got to start doing some of the homework then.
He knows
Oh.
it, I think.
You ask me the questions and I'll tell you the answers.
So I gotta do the homework with the questions. I see how.
No,
it
you
is.
don't have questions.
I don't know.
Lots of questions.
I
but
don't have prepared questions.
The answer is buy Bitcoin basically no matter what, so it doesn't matter to him.
Right. That's
That's
Doug's
true.
answer. That's for sure.
Well, that's just what you should be doing. That's
It's like
that
a fact
is-
to him. It's not even like that's just what you should do.
all right.
Until then,
Well, ugly Christmas sweater party this weekend. I think.
are they really ugly?
Duds, he's got a wedding. I bought a new one.
But is it
This is one that it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's ugly.
That's the
It's one of
problem
these,
with ugly sweater. We were looking at them, trying to find
Yeah.
one, and I was like, none of these are ugly. Like I want fucking
Right.
ugly.
Yeah, you got to go back. You got to go to Goodwill, which they're hard to find now.
Oh yeah,
You got to find like a 1980s
yeah,
sweater.
real one.
All the new ones are gimmicks.
Yeah.
For ugly Christmas sweater parties. So.
But they're not ugly.
I know, and you can easily tell too.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
ruins the
Oh, yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
It gotta be classic.
I think you'll appreciate it, but I'm gonna hold it, Duds. I'll send you a picture.
Mine's
since you
more
won't be
funny
there,
too.
But yeah. Now I think are we also bringing gifts? Are you all right? You're prepared for that? Okay.
Yeah, we
and
got
then we got to bring singles.
Dollar
I'm
bill.
not going to tell you what the singles are for. Dollars, dollar bills,
strippers there?
y'all.
If you're not going to
I
tell me
don't
what they're
know.
going to be for, then why am I bringing them?
Well, somebody said. what
Is
they
there
were
going to be a
for. I
stripper?
don't- No, I guess it's that was the joke.
No. Oh,
But
are
for
we
a
buying
game or-
Bitcoin? I mean, what's going on here?
no, for a game or something. I
Left,
don't
right,
know.
center, or what's that one?
Left, right, center. Somebody said.
Yeah, left, right, center. That's a
I
good
don't
one.
know. I don't actually have
That
that.
was in the
LCR?
invitation, I think.
You
So
never
be
played that?
prepared. Supposedly, email Caroline got it. I don't know.
Email.
I
Oh,
didn't
It's one of
mess
those
with it.
Evites, wasn't it?
I'll
Sarah,
have to ask Jane.
Sarah sent it out.
Oh,
She made it all official. I guess.
okay. Well, yeah, because there's going to be originally I thought it was going to be like 6 of us. No, I
Yeah.
don't know who's going to be
No.
there.
She invited all of her friends. I'm like, I'm not going to know anybody there.
Yeah, there's going to be 15 people now. This is going to be ridiculous.
Did we invite your sister?
I did.
I feel bad if she's left out. Whether she comes or not is another thing. But
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
what about Justin? Hopefully somebody told Justin.
I mean, he's in.
I mean, he's listening to
Group
the
chat.
show, so Justin, go.
Justin, he better be listening. If he's not one of our listeners,
Nathan.
well, Nathan can't go. He's got the kids.
Oh, okay.
So, but he knew about it.
Yeah, and he's
said
not
no.
listening.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Can say whatever we want
No,
about
no,
him.
no. That's right.
Mm.
Oh, that'd be a whole podcast in and of itself.
Just talk about him.
Yep. I think
Let's
so.
talk about the life and times of our buddy Nate,
Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
the little
All
black
right.
book.
Well, I am almost out of beer.
Mm.
And we're at about an
Problem.
hour and a half. So I think
Yeah.
it's time to call it.
Hope we get
All
more
right.
than 1 or 2 viewers this week.
What are we doing next week? I mean, next week is freaking Christmas. So I don't know that we can
Mm.
miss another week.
What day we going to do it on? I mean, still.
Maybe we record on Friday, day
I'm
after
off
Christmas.
from Wednesday to the 5th. So
Yeah,
or the 4th
yeah.
or whatever day that is.
I could
So.
if I could do Christmas Eve, but it would have to be like early in the day.
Mm.
We got stuff later. Or I could probably do any time on Friday. We're just literally going to be in our
Yeah, I'll just
pajamas
be here.
playing with toys.
I'm
Right?
working Friday, but I could do it Friday evening.
Friday evening. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Friday night.
That might work. True NFNP style.
Maybe we'll
Do it
get
live.
a Bobcat.
Maybe we'll do it live. That's what I was going to say. We'll do it live. You know
We
that
should
video?
do it in your basement.
Well,
One
that
day.
you mean like real live?
Real live.
Yeah.
In
Like,
person.
get everybody together live.
One day.
Yeah, one day. I got to figure that out. So the app lets you do that now. They didn't at first. They do, but how does the microphone thing work? You know,
So
I
like
guess
one
everybody.
mic set up in like a conference call type thing.
Well, everybody still has to have their own mic.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I guess technically
Well-
you could do one, but it's not going to sound great, and you want everybody to have their own
Well,
audio.
you can still
line.
wear your headset. You know.
Right.
Just to look like you're cool or what?
Yeah. Be in the same room wearing headsets together.
We'll
I mean,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll test it
What
one
a
of these
bunch
days.
of idiots.
We'll test it one of these days.
Uh,
And if you get big enough, you can actually you can invite people to watch via the app live.
Let's not get ahead of
recordings and-
ourselves.
Oh, I know. We need more listeners, more listeners. So, well, you know, we got to blast this stuff out on social media. You guys got to share it.
Do we need more comedy or what is it specifically? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. Leave us some.
Yeah, none of us are
requests
funny
in the
enough.
comments.
That is
for
that
yourself.
is a problem.
less-
You're supposed to be the one with all the jokes, Nilla.
I thought I was, but all right,
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Yep, I don't know.
just
I
never know.
come with the facts and the topics. Duds. Actually, what do you bring to the table, Duds?
I bring nothing.
The third person, I mean, you got to have it.
Sarcasm. Yeah.
Yeah, sarcasm. All right.
Bitcoin.
And Nilla with the off the cuff jokes. That is a pretty good cast.
I think you got to do it in person.
All right.
Different dynamic for sure.
Well, yep. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's get some more listeners. All right, listeners. Like, subscribe, follow,
Share.
and Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Later.
This number has been disconnected.